A crisis? Sam's voice rose again. That is exactly what this is, the producer cut in, no longer softening his tone. The urgency in his voice sliced through the air. You went after a legend on live television, and she walked out. Michael walked out. Robin practically dragged a show back from the edge. The entire control room is melting down. We need you in the dressing room now. Sam opened his mouth, ready to protest again, but the look on the producer's face stopped him. It wasn't anger. It was fear. Real, career-ending fear. Please, the producer added, quieter now. Don't make this worse. For the first time that morning, Sam hesitated. His shoulders sagged, his jaw unclenched, and the spark of defensive rage in his eyes dimmed to something closer to dread. He followed the producer down the hallway, the quiet thud of his footsteps echoing like a countdown. Behind him, the once bustling studio fell into an uneasy hush, people whispering, texting, glancing at him and away again, as though they were watching a man walking toward his own execution. Inside the dressing room, 3 executives were already waiting for him, their expressions carved from stone. One of them spoke without preamble. "Sam, sit down." He did. "We need to talk," she continued, folding her hands, "about what just happened, what the world is seeing right now, and how, if possible, we keep your career from catching fire in the next 30 minutes. Sam swallowed hard. For the first time all morning, he didn't have a single word to say.
Sam swallowed, the dryness in his throat turning to a tight, metallic ache. One of the executives slid a tablet across the table toward him. "Look." Sam glanced down. The screen was a wall of notifications, posts, clips, angry captions, hashtags multiplying by the second. Chaka deserved better, respect Chaka, GMA chaos, boycott Sam, fire Sam now. His stomach dropped. "This is already live?" he whispered. "Sam," the lead executive said, rubbing her temples, "it's been 8 minutes." He stared at the numbers. Thousands of comments, tens of thousands of views. Major outlets already tweeting that tension erupted live on GMA. Even the network's own account had posted a statement, a bland, "We are addressing this morning's on-air incident," the kind of PR speak reserved for genuine disasters. Sam felt sweat bead under his collar. "This is insane," he muttered, shaking his head. "I didn't attack her. I was defending myself." "No one is talking about what happened," another executive cut in sharply. "They're talking about what it looked like happened, and right now, it looks like you cornered a beloved icon on national television." Sam blinked hard, disbelief creeping into panic. "She came at me first." "It doesn't matter," the executive snapped. "Perception is reality, Sam, and the perception is killing you." A knock hit the door. Quick, anxious. A production assistant poked her head in. She's asking for a private room, a quiet one, away from the hallway. She's shaking." The room went silent. Sam's breath stalled in his chest. Chaka, shaking. His pulse hammered. "This wasn't supposed to happen," he whispered. The lead executive leaned forward, voice low but firm. "Well, it did. And unless you want the next headline to read, 'Sam Daniels pulled off air indefinitely,' you're going to listen very carefully." He lifted his eyes. "Here's what you're going to do." Sam's heart thudded. "You're going to apologize." Sam froze. "What? On camera?" "Off camera first, then depending on how she reacts, maybe on camera." Sam shook his head.
I wasn't wrong. The executive slammed her hand down on the table, making him jump. Sam, this isn't about right or wrong anymore. This is about survival. He stared at her, breath shallow. And right now, she added, you're one apology away from losing everything. A long beat of silence. Then quietly, you need to go to Chaka's dressing room, now. Sam's palms were damp, his throat tight, his legs heavy. But he stood, because he knew, everybody did, that whatever happened next would decide the rest of his career.
Sam walked down the hallway like he was headed toward a firing squad. Bright studio lights glared off the polished floors. Crew members pretended to look busy, but their eyes flicked toward him the second he passed, some with pity, some with judgment, all with the awareness that they were watching a man walk straight into the moment that would define him. His hands were trembling. He clenched them, but it didn't stop. Outside Chaka's dressing room stood her publicist, her manager, and 2 network execs. The faces were hard, protective, unmistakably hostile. The kind of expression people wear around someone who has already done damage. Her publicist spotted him first. "Oh no," she said, stepping forward. "Absolutely not. She's not speaking to him." Sam stopped dead. I just want to apologize," he managed. "You should have thought of that before you ambushed her on air." "I didn't ambush." The manager cut him off, voice low and lethal. "She was shaking, Sam. Shaking. She's been in this business for 50 years, and she has never walked off a set like that." Sam felt the words hit him like bricks. "I didn't want that," he said, voice cracking around the edges. "I swear I didn't want that." A network exec stepped in between them, acting as a barrier. "Let him try," she said stiffly. "She can refuse if she wants, but we at least need the attempt." The publicist folded her arms, stone-faced, then knocked lightly on the door. A quiet voice from inside. "What?" "It's Sam," she said gently. "He wants to say something." Silence. Too long, too heavy. Then, "No." Sam's chest tightened. "Chaka, please," he said through the door, voice low, almost desperate. "Just 30 seconds. I'm not here to defend myself. I just want you to hear me." Another stretch of silence. A chair scraped inside. A soft exhale. Slow footsteps. Then the door cracked open, just an inch. One dark, tired eye met his. She looked hurt. Not furious, not vengeful, just hurt. She whispered, "Say it." Sam swallowed. "I'm sorry," he said, words trembling as they left him. "I'm so sorry. I never meant to disrespect you. I never meant to put you in a position where you felt attacked. You didn't deserve that. Not ever." She watched him, unreadable. "I let the moment get away from me," he continued. "I could have stepped back. I could have softened. I should have protected the space, not escalated it. You deserved grace. I didn't give it." A single tear welled in her eye, but she blinked it away before it fell. "You embarrassed me," she said quietly. Sam nodded, helpless. "I know. You made it look like I was fighting you, like I wanted to be combative." "I know," he whispered again. "And that's on me." She closed her eyes for a moment. "You hurt my spirit." Sam's chest crocked open. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I swear to you, I'm sorry." The hallway was silent, except for Sam's shaken breathing. Then Chaka took a long breath, grounding herself, and opened the door fully. Everyone stiffened. She looked at Sam, not with warmth, not yet, but with the faintest flicker of mercy. She said, "I accept your apology, but this isn't over." Sam swallowed hard. "I understand." She nodded once. "But you're going to fix it." Sam froze. He felt the execs behind him straighten in alarm.
A public apology, she said. On the show. Today. Before the episode ends. Sam opened his mouth, but no words came out. She stepped closer, lowering her voice so only he could hear. And you're going to mean it. Then she turned back into her dressing room and closed the door. Click. The hallway erupted in whispers. Sam just stood there, wide-eyed, speechless, terrified, because he understood exactly what she was asking. Not a statement, not a tweet, not a PR-crafted paragraph. She wanted him live, raw, unscripted, owning every second of what happened.